long to have such a gathering with my sisters from the Muslim community. I'm most grateful to my sister, Honorable Fatma Ibrahim, Ambassador Rukia Sobu, my friend for many years, and many, many dignitaries who are here, plus all the sisters who are here this evening. Today is a great day for me in two ways. In the morning, during the morning hours, I met with another large number of Muslim women, and these were widows. And I know they would also have liked to celebrate with me the way we are celebrating today, but because it was not possible, I only gave them something, some foodstuffs, to go and celebrate with their children. Of course, they don't have husbands, they're widows. With their children. As we celebrate as women, we must always also remember the less unfortunate women in our midst. Ramadan time is a very important time in the lives of Muslims. Why do I say so? Because this time of the year, you dedicate your life to God. You dedicate your life to prayers. You pray for several things. You deny yourself food during the day so that the love that you have and the God that you pray for, who lives wherever he lives, can listen to you and grant you the prayers of your heart. So we don't take it lightly. As Christians, we have the period of Lent, which is 40 days. It is broken during the Easter time. That's when we broke the Lent. We may also try, but I would say you are very dedicated. And I thank God for that kind of thing. It is a time that you connect yourself to your Creator. So, something that we cannot take lightly. Now, as I listen to you this evening, you've talked about very many things and very important things. I try to note them down so that some of them, or most of them, action can be taken. But my friend, Fatma Ibrahim, and many of you who are leaders in your own right, you are leaders in your own rights. I would suggest that some of these issues that are so pertinent to you form a small committee to address those issues. Because we cannot do it in a gathering like this. I fully recognize the leaders who are here. You've been paraded. We have a lady who is going for position of senator. Keep it up wherever you are. Oh, yeah. Keep it up. We have ladies who are going for women MPs. They are there. Include the women reps and MP position, members of parliament. Ladies, maybe just stand once again, let them see you. You see those ladies? I call them women of courage. Women of courage. It is not easy. It is not easy. I know there are also women who are going for MCA positions, isn't it? Yeah, you also. It is not easy. It is difficult for women, and it is even more difficult for Muslim women. Keep it up, and I pray may God see you through in whatever you are going for. But I ask the rest of us, this is the time that they are calling for your support as a fellow woman. You know, personally, when it comes to women in leadership, I cross the boundaries. It doesn't matter where you come from, I'll support you. It doesn't matter what religion you are, I'll support you. I cross the boundaries, and I encourage them, because I know when a woman becomes a leader, she'll look at the plight of all the women, not only the women in their region. And you ladies who stood here, who are going to be leaders, please remember you are going to represent women from all cadre, not just a section, whether they were in your party or not, whether they are in your religion or not. I know there are other things that separates us, but I would like you to work for the women so that we can see the beauty. In Kenya, the population of women forms 52% of the population. Men are 48. Huh? And when you count the actual people who vote, who cast their votes into that debate, 60% of the population who cast the vote are women. Men are 40%. Surely, if you want a woman to lead, is there something that will stop us? Is there something that will stop us? You said it, not me. We must also cultivate love for one another. We must cultivate love for one another. We can't afford to be quarreling one another. We can't afford to have chaotic campaigns. We can't. Where there is no peace, and you women, particularly women from Northeastern, when there is no peace, the people who suffer most are women and children. I'll give you a story that once I heard, that whatever I try to do, that story sticks in my head. It cannot go. This is way back in the year 2010, when there was problems in our neighbors, Somalia. And I was working on issues of education for children in the refugee camps. And there was this lady from Somalia. She had 3 children. The eldest, who was about 10, was a disabled child, crippled. Then the other one was about 5, and then she had a baby. So as they were running, coming to the refugee camp, she had to carry the crippled baby, who was 10 years old, with that weight, and she had to carry the baby. And she also had to hold the hand of the 5-year-old and encourage him to walk. It came to a point where she could not manage with the 3 children, and she was forced to do something. Which child does she leave behind? Mothers, put yourself in position of that lady. which one would you leave behind? Some people they were working with said, leave the crippled one. Some people said, leave the small one, the baby. After all, he knows nothing. It is a very difficult decision to make for mothers. So as mothers, we must make sure that we cultivate this peace so that there is peace for us and our children. Don't ask me where the men were. They were in the bush fighting. You understand the importance of peace in our nation. You understand the importance of peace in our homes and where we stay. We must do the right thing in favor or to bring peace in our villages. Because when there's peace, then we can work better. You mentioned the issue of drought and lack of pasture. These ones, I'll not leave it for the committee to address, but I think I'll take it up. I'll take it up and see. And when there's no water, when there are no pastures, in our culture, African culture, it is the women who go long distance looking for water, isn't it? The women. Men don't go long distance carrying mitungi ya maji kwa kichwa au kwa mgongo. It is the women, isn't it? And most of them are even young girls. On the way to get that water, you know what happens, isn't it? I've addressed some of those issues in a different forum. They are molested on the way. This one also, I put a star. I'll again address it somewhere else where I think help can come from. As a people, my background is that I'm an educationist. And whenever I talk, today I'm talking to well-educated women here, professionals. But there are hundreds, thousands and thousands of women who never had an opportunity to get that education. There are thousands and thousands of girls who've never had an opportunity to get that education. When Baba gets there, one thing I promise you, there'll be education for all of them. There'll be education for all, irrespective of where you come from, it is irrespective of your religion. All the children will get the required education that they need. And I promise you that. Right now, I've been running a program known as Linda Kesho. Let's protect our tomorrow. Now, Linda Kesho is a program that advocates for eradication of teenage pregnancies and early marriages. The people we have here, you are big women, you know. You know what problem there is when a young girl gets pregnant. 13-year-old, 14-year-old, some even as young as 12-year-old. Sometimes families arrange for them to get married at an early age. You are actually ruining those children. We should try as much as possible. And this does not only happen in Muslim one. It is happening everywhere in Kenya. It is everywhere in Kenya. everywhere. Let's wait for the girls to mature. And by the time they're maturing, they're also going to school. And then marry them off. Or let them have children when they're mature. Because most of them, they either die during the birth, during the time they're giving birth, or the babies die, or both. They suffer fistula, which you understand what it is. Though right now fistula can be corrected. And if you know those girls who have suffered, those young women who have suffered it, please encourage them to go to the hospital so that they can be corrected. Okay? Which brings me to another point. With education. We would like to have more educated women who become doctors to take care of women in hostels. How about that? How about that? If we have women doctors, gynecologists, wouldn't it be nice for them to take care of us? Isn't it? Yeah. And that comes with education. I'm not saying men are bad, but life is safer with women doctors. Which brings me to another thing, which is something that when we get there, I'll push for health facilities that can serve everybody, every citizen of this nation. Matibabu ya bure na matibabu ile ambaye inaweza kuwezesha wewe kupona bila tatizo. In Kenya today, there are some illness that we pray God let it not catch us, because it is like committing a crime. You go to the hospital or you go to a doctor, he gives you the cost even before he diagnoses what is wrong with you. Ati ugonjwa yako inaonekana ni mbaya sana, utalipa kama 120. We come through these things every day, isn't it? How many people can afford that? How many people can afford that? But they are also Kenyans. They are human beings. Please, let us not use our professionalism to extort from our people. You understand what I'm talking about? Some of them went to school, were educated by Arambe. Arambe, people are collecting money so that they go to school. Now they go there, they get that education, wanakuja kunyanyasa watu. I promise you, when we get there, may God help us, because there will be education for everybody. There will be health facilities for everybody. We are always taking our sick people to India. The other day I took my daughters to India. But the universities in this country have been training doctors ever since I was in the university in the 70s. Every year there are a bunch of doctors being produced from Nairobi University. Huh? There have been doctors being trained from our universities here before most of you were born. In fact, like I see this line, I don't think you are there. Huh? What is it that they have in India that we cannot do here? Let's bring our professionalism here and try to treat the diseases that we can treat locally by our people. Hey, wacha nisiwaingilie sana. Wacha tuwachie hapo, lakini siwezi nikawacha kabla sija talk about mental health problem. Mental health problem that comes as a result of frustrations either at a place of work or in our homes. Maybe the husbands are not the cause of them. Issues at home. You know, if only we could have women groups that include, in the villages, that include professionals and non-professionals, so that you get somebody you can talk to about your problems. Counselors, isn't it? Counselors. Nobody will come and arrange for you those counselors. Let us be able to identify groups and we have somebody. But that time when girls are getting married, that time of the wedding, also show them that in case you have problems, you can talk to so-and-so, you can talk to this group, so that the older women can be able to help the younger women so that they don't get frustrated to an extent that they commit suicide or develop mental health problems. Sometimes most of these problems can be solved simply by talking to somebody. But they keep it to themselves, and it adds and adds and adds. Let us work together to make sure that we don't suffer from that. Finally, I'm glad to meet you. I know you've got responsibilities at home. It is getting late. Despite the fact that you are a professional, you are also a mother. Isn't it? And you're the home manager, chief manager, the gatekeeper, chief manager. Let us take good care of our families. We must take care of our families. I know it is not every day that you go home late, but today, even if the children have gone to bed without you, when you go there, just check that they are all in bed and they are comfortable, and let us work for that, for the families. Finally, this is election year. Campaign time. Me, I only request for one. Apart from the request I've made that you pray, you think about and elect your fellow women, I'm also asking for votes for Baba. When he gets there, as I've always done, I'll ask him to take special interest in the welfare of women. In whatever work they do, the women must live and live dignified life. Thank you very much for coming, for invitation. But before I finally finish, I brought something here that I'd like to, you know, we are always identified with that letter R. Yes. Isn't it? Yes. Now, there are many, but I'm just using examples. There are many for you people. Now, who do I address? Mama Subo, Ebunjo. wewe ni mfupi, fika hapa, simama hapo mbele. Mama Shuba is also going here. Hali yake iko pale. Ndio. Sasa tunaona tunataka kuiba.
We want to give to CEC Mandera, the only lady who is CEC.
CEC Mandera.
Suleka.
But there are many for.
Everybody will get it.
There are many of these for all of us.
Najua weke tu atapa. Take a nice photo.
What I know is that.
We mama kuwekea mbona unatoa?
Nataka kuweka peke yake. Yeah.
Mom, we also have scarves for everyone here.
Yes.
In the juniors.
Yes.
No,
they'll be on their way out.
She's contesting for member of us. Hello, Deka. Thank you.
We have enough for everybody in this room. So on your way out, when you finally get to be going out, you'll pick your piece and take it home wherever you'll be. And as you wear it, think of me. As you go to those meetings, as you go to those Azimio meetings, ODA meetings, remember letter R. Remember letter R. Thank you and may God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. May I request that we all remain in our seats.